You are now tuned in to Reckless Discussions. What up, y'all? Welcome back to yet another Reckless Discussion with my crazy ass family. So this episode, we're gonna talk about interracial relationships. Something that ain't none of them ever been in. I understand that, but I have. What is the problem with interracial relationships, if y'all feel there are some?
Is there a problem with it though?
I mean, I'm asking. Do you feel? No? No?
I don't feel it's a problem.
You don't feel like it's a problem?
No.
How was your experience, Jessica? Do you want to elaborate a little bit on your experience? Like, we're like, she was with a white man.
Yeah, tell us more. Tell us more.
I was with a white man. Yes, I was. But it was a white boy. I mean, I went to a predominantly white high school, and I dated a white guy. And I dated one in my previous years as well. Remember Tommy?
Yeah.
And he took me to Jamaica, and I was scared as shit. And I came back, never went nowhere else with nobody else white. But in high school, I had a white boyfriend. His name was Justin, and it was fun. It was fun. I mean, we didn't have sex or anything. Like, he didn't break my virginity. It was just like an innocent situation. It was cool. It was very different. Has anybody else dated outside of their race?
No, but I mean, I don't have anything against it. I do believe that, white guys are attractive while they're young. Because once they hit 30, they start getting fucking frankly. And I want to go back to a black man.
This is
Yeah.
But this isn't my dream world, y'all. Like,
okay.
Naturally speaking,
okay.
I probably would be a lot for a white man. But also, I probably wouldn't too. So, I don't know. But Jessica,
You're right. You're a lot for anybody, any race.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But, about your situation.
She gonna keep bringing it back.
Did race come up and y'all, like, did y'all talk about you being black and him being white? Like, was there any?
Well, we were very young, so I was kind of scared to meet his parents, honestly, because he was cool. He was real cool. He liked the fact that I was black. I can tell it was more like something that he wanted to do just to say he was dating the cute black girl in school. I was very popular. I was like one of 20 black kids. And then the campus was huge. When I first got to Dallastown, which is the name of the school, I went to school in Pennsylvania. I was like, it wasn't really that many. Like, as the years progressed, and by the time I became a senior, when I was about to graduate, it was way more black kids. Okay. But me being just one of 20, and I was the cutest, and I was the most, swagged out. I was like real popular. I could dance and all that shit. And I just stood out. I always was who I am now. And I think it was just more like a fetish for him.
Okay, but
it was something that he
like, y'all never was like, how is it like being like the only black girl?
No, he never asked me questions like that. But when I was scared.
You eat fried chicken a lot.
I did eat fried chicken.
Hold on, because now these are insults.
Exactly.
Yes.
These are insults.
But I'm saying, like, this is something that I never experienced, so I want to know, like,
yeah.
Did he ask you that?
Well,
because I'm gonna ask you. I'm the first question, the first date we go on. So, how many washcloths you got in your closet, in your bathroom?
Right, because they don't use those, huh?
Whoa, hold on.
That is a stir.
What is going on?
No, it's not. I had an experience with a white person. It was one of my friends. I spent the night at her house.
But did you date her?
No, but I was a guest at her house, literally. I spent the night at her house.
And they didn't have no
I got there. Listen, I got there, and I'm like, all right, girl, we have to put the shower. I'm playing myself up. We partying and stuff. I'm like, hey, girl, can I have a washcloth? Because she gave me a towel. I'm like, she's like, oh, we don't use those in here. And I was like, is it because you're like white? Or like, what is it?
So like,
she
get the
was
fuck
like,
out.
I mean, I don't know if it's a white and black
I definitely would have like, get the fuck out of my house.
No, but we was cool. Like,
I don't care. You got the fuck out of my house.
But she was like, I mean, it's not like a thing that we do. And I was like,
okay.
So I was like, okay, so how you wash? She was like, oh, we take the soap bar and we just like rub a dub. And I'm like, so what about your private parts? Like, how you get your ass scraped?
How you scrub?
So she like, I mean, you just like kind of like.
With the soap bar.
No, with the soap, not, have a nice lather, and just right them up.
Oh, so their hands are.
Yeah, like they use the soap bar and they use their fucking hands. So
I don't think that's a white or black thing. I think that's just some trifling shit, period.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know some black people.
Black people who I done been over some black people. You went in that bathroom and that bathroom looked like, what the fuck?
Yeah. They don't have washcloths?
Yeah. I mean, that's busy. You don't know.
Are you opposed to dating outside of your race? Are you opposed to it? Do you not ever see yourself date? Like, would you date a white man, Prince?
Yeah, I would.
You would? I mean, because we see them on the road and
you definitely give like
some
sugar baby vibes, like an older white guy.
America.
You think he would?
I
I'm
am
so
not allowed to
Hey,
What type of shit is? What is
What,
a
like
lot
you
of
could be
shots
a
today?
Sugar daddy. Hold on.
So
Hold
a
on.
white man?
Now. I'm telling you something now. They got
You
no-
think Prince would date an old ass white man?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Who do you
it's
think
like,
I am?
Like, I don't know who I think you are.
Oh, well, I
Sorry
got
for
you, bro.
this.
Watch
the
this.
hell?
I just
Now.
it's the glasses. You like cook me from like a.
To-
Okay.
We gonna spice it up a little bit. Now, I don't have a problem with dating outside my race. My thing was coming up was I didn't know how to approach them.
Okay.
So with a white person, I didn't know like if I come off at her wrong, will she, say, oh well, you're being disrespectful or rude or whatever the case may be. So I always just left that lane a lane of his own.
Right.
Different race, mind you. I went to Morgan State University, so it's like it's so many races. Like you barely see. We had probably my freshman year, we probably had like one white person. By my senior year, we had a lot, but it's so many other races, and some say it's disrespectful by you how the way you come off. And like you can't say, oh, how you doing? You're beautiful. They say it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And that may sound crazy to us because we're black, but like you gotta be careful with the words you choose to put. Yeah, so I'll be
So
like,
you were kind of like afraid of, like you just didn't want to.
yes, because you look at
offend them.
you look at the movies and stuff, and like black men talking to white women
Right.
and stuff like that, and they like next thing you know, the black man in jail.
Okay.
Like, and I, growing up, you see a lot of those movies, so it was like,
Yeah.
I say, yo, I don't know the proper ways to
So you're
say
more
it.
so afraid. You've always
I was
been
afraid. I was
to
afraid,
date
and I
a
had
white
black
woman.
friends who dated, and I asked them, I'm like, yo, how do you approach a white woman,
Yeah.
or how do you approach another woman in a different race? And they would
Yeah.
give me tips, but that shit ain't work for me.
So
What would they? What they say?
Man, just like what one person said. Boom. One of them said, "Oh, treat them out the drinks."
I was just about to say that. I was just about to
You
say
get a
that.
white bitch drunk, honey.
So
Woo!
yeah, so
yeah,
you
that's
gotta get them
the
out the
one.
drinks to get them drunk though. So that shit never work.
Like,
Man. I
it's
say, man,
the
it's
same.
All right, so say for instance,
different strokes for
London
different folks.
is a white woman. Try to pick her up.
it ain't gonna work because she know I'm about to ask her out.
All right,
No.
I'm gonna give
So
you
all right, so
a-
you're okay. All right, I'm a white
That's
woman, and then
that's
you-
not the same for women and women. No, we speaking it from a man's
All
perspective.
right, well,
We
try
just use an
to.
example.
This is an example.
I'm trying to give you. I'm
If
trying to
you-
show you how to do this.
All
I don't
right,
wanna
so
learn how
I'm
to
the white
do it.
woman. I'm minding my business. I'm minding my business.
At the bar, like sitting
Yeah.
there, stressed off from the day's work. Like slide
No,
out.
you're not at a bar.
No, but she's gonna be at the bar because they go to bars.
So
They
that's
go
not
happy
the
hours.
that's not the scenario.
All right, you know what? Let's
the
be in a
scenario is I
library.
gotta
We in
get
college.
you. Yeah, we in college. We walking. We going to class.
All right, we
Okay,
in
we in
college.
college.
All right, I'm in college. I'm doing my
What's
work.
the name of the skit?
Read
guys?
Moby Dick.
What?
Hold up. All right, I'm here. Go ahead.
All right, read Moby Dick. Hey, that book right there is pretty damn interesting.
Do you even know what I'm reading?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Moby Dick.
How did we get
How do you know about that?
I mean, like
They
you're
trying to
an idiot.
show me.
You're black and you read Moby Dick.
What the fuck are you trying to say?
What size is your dick?
You want me to take it out?
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds
Yeah.
like
That shit was
like, it's
staged.
easy.
That
It's
is
just
not.
like that.
It's not
sounds
like that.
A watered down ass porno about to take off.
It's not
Right,
like
it did
exactly,
sound
bro.
like a fucking porno.
It's
Man,
a watered
check
down
this out.
ass
Okay, so all
porno.
just aside, for me, I think a woman would be at cocktail hour. White women, any woman, we love cocktails, and a man can slide up. You look at your little outfit, you know what I'm saying? And you slide up, you like, hey, what you drinking on? And she's like, they're gonna tell you because like they're not unapproachable. They're
Yeah.
Bro,
really
it's
cool.
not
Yeah.
that
honestly
easy,
think that
bro.
this whole-
I
this
can't
whole-
relate to the white women and see, like, as a black woman, I
Why
know
do you
that.
feel like you have to
check this out,
relate to
check
them
this out,
to
check
even
this out.
try to take them out? What the
But I
hell?
feel like
Because
there's
the
too much
words,
thought in
like,
this.
it's too much thought. But it's
like
like
it's
me,
too
like I
much thought.
always afraid. I did not know how to
Yeah,
approach, so I just
it
left
is
that
way
lane
too
a
much
different
thought.
lane that I
Too
didn't,
much
I ain't
thought.
So how do you
swerve
like
into.
naturally approach a black woman? What you?
Yeah, what you be like? What
I
the
mean,
fuck
it
you say?
depends on the energy she give me.
Hold up.
Do you feel that interracial relationships are more successful? Like it's beneficial to either partner that they're interracial?
I mean, I can see the positives in it because it could open up like diversity. It could be more easier to be open to being diverse because
Okay.
they're learning each other's cultures. So instead of it being, you know, like the black relationship against the white, we're like, we're all one family. Because now we have children and our
Right.
children have children. And most of the time, their children are dating a whole other race too.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the new world we in too. Like the new world is not interracial, like black and white. It's so multicultural. Everybody's mixed, literally.
Okay.
So I do think it has its benefits to, you know, being
Okay.
interracial.
I think it brings more unity, and with unity comes more opportunities.
Yeah.
I like that.
For both, both aspects.
Especially
Like,
these days, that is
Especially
right.
these days, it's network, stuff like that. Yeah.
All of that type of stuff, yeah.
I really don't think so. I think that I just don't think that it has something to do with race, and that's just a very biased statement that I say because I try to block this shit out. like I try not to look at it like it's a race thing. Like it's just like for me, we people.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
You bring something to the table, I bring something to the table, and we're gonna meet at this table. And where I lack, you should be. If you my partner and we mesh together correctly, you should be able to pick up where I lack. I should be able to pick up where you lack. It don't matter if you brown or if you white. You know what I mean? If you black or you white. You know what I mean? Like that, for me, that doesn't really matter.
And the question, okay.
Go. I mean, it just for me, it just doesn't matter.
Right. I like that. I like that you just see people as people. Everything does not have to be racy. Everything does not have to be about the color of your skin. Although we live in a world where it still is. That don't mean you have to look at it that way.
Yeah.
When I asked the question, do you think that interracial relationships are more successful? I mean, from a standpoint as well as, okay, so I've heard plenty of black men say that they date white women or outside the race because those women are more submissive. And black women are very, we're very, we're a lot. Like what you just said in the beginning of this episode, you said, I think I would be too much for a white man. And I was joking with you. I'm like, yeah, I think you're too much for anybody, but I'm joking with you. But there are some black men who are watching this right now. Like, yeah, that's why I date outside my race, because black women are so aggressive. We don't know how to be submissive. We don't know how to just let a man take charge. And I say we because I'm a black woman as well who has been known,
material girl.
Yeah, have been known to be aggressive and just, and just, and I'm fixing that now and all of that. I'm working on myself with that as well. But black women are a strong breed of women.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we endure so fucking much.
Yeah.
We endure so much from, we take a lot of shit from our childhood, from men, from, what I'm saying? So shit just don't roll off our backs like y'all feel roll off of other women of other races' backs. You know what I mean? I hear that a lot though. That's why I said, do y'all think interracial couples make it more because of that?
Yeah, and sometimes I think, like, what if this is really a stigma and we're all wrong? Because our generations before us, they thought so differently than we think.
They did.
And it could have been that the white woman is weak, but the white woman is probably, we all the same.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it could be a stigma too, because they got to be some strong black white women.
But black women, speaking up from a generational aspect, black women in other generations were submissive. Think about our great grandmothers or our grandmothers per se. You know what I mean? They were stay-at-home wives.
Yeah.
The men went out, got the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it was. So they was the submissive ones. You know what I mean? You stay home whether you cook, you
But
clean,
was
you
they-
wash your clothes, I have
one
sex
point,
with you.
what you're
That's
saying,
it.
yeah.
You know what
But
I mean?
was they submissive on their own or forced to be submissive?
A lot of
It's a
times
taught
forced.
So
A lot of
forced,
times
that
forced.
then if you want to speak on the generational, I think women back then was forced because why? Y'all couldn't be executives and vote. You couldn't go get a high paying job where though you can provide for the whole family yourself. So the man go get the money, what you do? Clean, bathe, nurture. So that was taught, it was taught. So it was taught
It's a taught trick.
so
It's what you've seen
that was
and it's
taught, it
forced.
was taught for you to nurture your child.
Yeah.
Look, little girls, be strong.
Gotcha.
Be independent. A lot of black women, and that's not to no other race, a lot of black women, y'all been through so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like behind closed doors,
Okay.
they were strong because they're taking care of the kids. They fussing their husband out for doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing, but it wasn't like we were walking around town, shouting, I'm in charge. It was really a home thing. And we're the kids watching our mother, be responsible. Because a lot of times, no matter how hard the man worked, we look our mother as a strong woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
She's holding on so much.
She's teaching us
It's easy to go
lessons.
work.
Glue.
It's
Black
like,
women are the glue
because
to their
women, we
families,
rule
man.
the world, period.
Yeah.
Yep. Why is it more acceptable for a black woman to date a white man or a man outside of the race, but it's not really as accepted for the black man to go outside of his race and find a woman? Because we often see these couples like Serena Williams and Alexa. What's his name? Shit, child. His name is the Alexis Ohanian.
Yo, yeah.
I think I'm a speak.
We glorify that. But we can't get with at first a lot of people had a lot of shit to say about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai.
Okay.
Initially.
I'm gonna speak on why I think it's so hard for a black man to date outside of his race, because a lot of us black men growing up, we was mommy's boys. A lot of our moms are what traditional moms was though. No, you're gonna date within.
Yeah.
Don't date outside. You want to bring opportunity within the black, not You know, so
got you.
I feel like, you know, that's always going to be a stigma. Like, not saying that it's right.
Yeah.
But I know that for me, per se, like, I was always a mommy's boy. Anything mommy said was always right.
Right.
Mommy said don't do it, I ain't going to do it.
I just feel like
You know,
we
so-
can't point the finger at one black person
Correct.
and then not point the finger at
At
all.
all.
Oh, we don't have to have nothing to say about none
That-
of them.
that
Like, 'cause
goes-
you like Kanye and Kim. Now that they going through all the shit that
Hold
they
up.
going
Kim
through.
That was
Really?
acceptable to me.
Huh?
No.
Kim ain't black?
No.
Kim
I
ain't
don't
black.
think so.
No, she
No, she got the shades down packed, you know, because she tanned all her life. But no, she ain't black. As black
I'm not gonna
as they
lie, like,
probably would like to be.
I still
She
have-
not, her children are black,
Yeah.
but she is not.
Beautiful children.
And yes.
I'm not gonna lie, like Jeannie Mai and like Jeezy, for example, like it wasn't even the fact that she's a woman of
Another race.
It was the background that we know him from. You would think of what
Yeah.
we automatically would go to.
Yeah.
So he can't change?
No,
Yeah.
it's not even that. It's just it's hard to, if you're a fan of somebody or that you see somebody that you don't even know them and personally, you know, stigma them into one genre. Like he gonna want a woman that's gonna ride for him. 'Cause that's what he talked about.
Yeah.
That's where we
Correct.
know him from.
So that comes back with you keeping that man inside of a box.
Keep him inside the box.
So that's not allowing that man to grow mentally,
And that's-
emotionally,
that's true.
physically.
Okay.
So like, you know, like I said, like, yes, he comes from a street guy, but let's also go back to Jeezy talk about trap or die, kill, but yet encourage his son to go to
That's
college.
true.
That wasn't talked
So
about
that's
enough
his character.
though.
That's his celebrity.
Yes, so
That
him
separates from his
going to get
personal,
her,
what you're
I
saying.
can't say that
Okay.
I put him in this box. I don't think that he'd have went and got. Because he the same man. I was like, yeah, Dad.
I got
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Now-
It's just still, as far as saying a man, you just automatically think like, so wait, all the time I play he like this, but he like that. So you be like, dang, so what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
got
think it's
you.
a thing though, like about, I do feel like it is more accepted for a woman to date a white man.
Yeah, it is.
Because we
It
all
is
automatically,
accepted.
especially when that the guy in college football, they get to the NFL, get a white woman. We all like, oh, he done got himself a white woman.
Yeah,
And
man,
she
he
gonna write
changed,
leave him
and-
since he lose that money.
Yeah.
Not saying like, he might really love that.
Really
Like,
want to date
Because
white women.
it's personalities. It's not
Yeah.
even race at this point.
Or he might just be tired of going through the bullshit he was going through with one race.
Or he want his baby pretty head.
and
That's
this
also
race
as well.
brought the best out of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, he might, you know.
And that brings me to
Just
this.
like-
So 2
Okay, go
years
ahead.
ago, there was a pro athlete. His name is Jaleel Ade. He was toasting with his white girlfriend, and they had just had a baby. Jaleel was black. They had a toast, and the girlfriend said, "Toast to making more light-skinned kids." And he said, "Yes, more mixed babies." What is your opinion on that? Did you feel like he should have said, like, hold up? Do you feel like that she should have been offended for his race, or do you feel like shit, that's his preference?
Do I think he should have did it publicly?
She ain't get on there and say, toast to making more nigga children. Like, what the fuck? Like, come
Like, maybe
on,
she trying
guys.
to bridge the
Like,
gap, right?
like,
Yeah.
you know,
Just saying, like, we're
come
all
on.
Toast to, but she said most. She said that's toast to more light skinned babies. You could have
So
said
do
mixed.
we know? But do we
She
know?
said more light skinned
But I
babies.
think that comes from overthinking of how not to try to offend people, but
Yeah.
then you still offend. Like,
And
you
then
try to
all
be
that.
Yeah, because
safe
I'm not
with
gonna
your
lie.
wordage.
I was offended by it.
Yeah, you try
So
to be
do we-
safe with your words, but
Yeah.
then you still fuck up because you're
I
trying
wasn't
to.
offended by what he said. I think he kind of cleaned it up. He was like, "No, more mixed babies." All right,
I
mixed,
like
fine.
that. But even-
she said light skinned, and I just was like, "Well, damn."
So
because
even
he
on-
black as shit. So what if your baby wasn't? You know, what
Now,
if your
that's a
baby
different question.
was darker?
That's a different conversation.
Then what? You wouldn't
Yeah.
be toasting to more dark skinned kids.
I always wonder, like, about the N word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, is that something that they can freely say home if they're married to a black person? What if they got a 30, 50 years?
It depends
Like, I
on-
always wondered about that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you married for 30 years, for instance, right? You married a white woman, black man, and she's like, that nigga crazy. Like, is that acceptable?
Me personally,
Why would
it's
you want to say it?
Right.
Right,
As
but
a
I'm
white
saying, like,
woman anyway, and you
that's
fucking
true.
know the history behind
Right.
it.
Remember some-
You know it.
Correct.
But some people are raised as urban white people.
I think it's the
So they don't
deliverance.
even, like-
I think it's the deliverance.
Yeah.
I can agree with the deliverance because I look at why I'm not Think Like a Man 1 and 2. And of course, you know, they got a whole different panel. And one thing Kevin Hart said was about the white guy was like, I don't even get mad because he's bold enough to say it. But his deliverance when he's saying certain things is he's not
You're talking about
offending
Gary
anybody.
Owen.
Yes, he's not
Gary
offending
Owen.
anybody. Like I feel like when you're saying you're a fucking nigga, that's offensive. But when you say that nigga crazy, man,
so that's why you need to cut all of the shit out because motherfuckers, certain things, everybody got different tones, everybody got different intent behind their words. And even if I feel like you can say it as soft as you want, hey nigga, like I'ma still get mad and
so what if they sing a rap song?
Right. Like
what if they say?
Let's say they sing Lil Baby.
Song, you better say the nigga part in your head. I don't want to hear it out your fucking mouth. If you white, I don't want to fucking hear it.
I agree with that, but it doesn't make me like some people hear a white person say, or another race person say, nigga, and they be like, oh, I beat the shit out of that motherfucker, this and that. And then this is where they hate me at. And I look at him and say, did you go see Django?
Well, that movie was dumb as shit anyway.
And Africans really don't fuck with us.
Here's the whole concept of it. Here's the bigger picture of it. We as black people will go and pay money to watch white people call us nigga or get an attitude when we outside and they saying it and then try to justify and say that's a movie. No, wrong is wrong.
And if we're watching a movie, you know, like, so we just not supposed to have, like for instance, like Color Purple. All right. Somebody that's a movie about something that happened to us. So that's what they're doing. They're reliving like what happened to us. Like it's not just
because we wasn't able to see what we.
You know what I mean? Like
give me like a little bit of visual.
And you are totally entitled.
I don't like movies like that. Now I don't watch it.
I just don't agree. I just feel like a movie is different from real life, motherfucker. Like I had a friend. He was white and Puerto Rican. He felt like because he was brought up urbanly.
You can say certain things.
And he was adopted by a black family that he could say nigga. Nah, nigga, you can't say that shit to me. You said it to your black.
Hold up, y'all. Did y'all catch what she said? She said he thought he could say nigga. No, nigga, you can't say that to me. Okay.
I don't care. This is our own secret access word. We can use it forever.
So now, what's the difference? Now I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate a little bit. What's the difference between nigga, negro, and the ER on, you know what I'm saying?
There's no difference. It shouldn't come nigga, or negro.
No, they can say negro.
Because it depends on
no motherfucking negro.
No, not even the nick is the same, but it becomes an A.
This is a real life thing. Don't say negro.
The nigga
said, that's why I said I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
It becomes an ER or A depending on who's saying it. If a different, not a different race, but even with us, black people.
No, I was taking out my fucking trash can. I was taking out the trash and I was on FaceTime with one of my white friends. And he was like, why you ain't tell me come over there and take the trash? I was like, I do all of this by myself. He was like, I know you do it, negro. I said, who the fuck?
Yo, she called me hot as shit,
So this is different, and I don't even think this is a thing, but I believe that this is possibly how a white person can get over. They be like, her black ass. That's different than saying
I like her black ass though. I like
you cuss your black ass. And he look over you, they like fuck the black ass. You know?
I don't like that.
But I can come in like fuck your white ass. This we like fuck you, nigga.
Isn't that like more approachable? Like
Cracker don't even give a fuck about Cracker. They don't care.
They created that.
They created Cracker. They didn't fucking. You know what I mean?
We were saying your right ass.
So it's no slur to come back at you with. So now I got to beat your ass, and we're gonna go to the next segment before we wrap it up. So all right, 6 questions asked before committing to an interracial relationship. Will their parents like me? Will their friends like me? You know, like
my first question is gonna be, do you know if any of your ancestors were slave masters? It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, we can assume that
I'm just kidding.
Finish the other
we can
list.
assume that no matter what
finish the other question.
that will always be true to
Do you have any of your racist ancestors on your wall in your house? Like, I need to know these things.
Is this relationship right for me? Am I being fetished over? Because a lot of white women, I know because I went to a predominantly white high school and I still got some white friends. Black men are a fetish for a lot of white women. They love it. They love the big dick. They love the swag. They love the basketball shit. They love that shit.
So Jerome, you couldn't approach them. They really like your style.
They probably. Well, he don't really hoop. He ain't athletic like you think he is.
Pull it up. I gave them dreams up. Don't even stop that shit.
Okay. All right.
Like, I don't like how you like to downplay my upbringing or something. Like I wasn't no athlete.
Okay. What you
do? We ain't getting all that. We speaking on.
He was playing it for summer camp and he
never been to summer camp.
He's fine with that, Jessica.
I went to Dunbar. I played basketball. You had to be great to make that team.
This is what I know. I'm a what? What you talking about?
Get up. Talk about.
All right, look. So when I'm gonna share this experience, and we're gonna get out of here. So when I was dating Justin in high school, and I met his parents. His dad did not like me. His mother liked me, but as long as the dad was around, it was like she had a cold shoulder turn to me too. Yeah, she tolerated me. She actually would talk to me until her husband came home. And he would not fuck with me. But that's the thing, Justin didn't even know his father was racist. That's how he knew. That's how he found out, like, damn, my pops is fucking racist. And I didn't even know. He worked with black people. But he never wanted one to date his fucking child.
Big difference.
Never had one in his house. And I felt it was like a cold feeling, and I was fucking 16, so I'm like I hate the way I feel. So when he came over to my house, you know, Aunt Rob and Uncle Kev, my mother, my father, they took him in. They like, okay, great. Like, this is cool. My thing is, I was fetished over. I was a fetish because I'm telling you, he never dated anybody black before me, but it got back to me. I heard from a friend that he always wanted to know what it was like to have sex with a black girl. That is why he dated me. We ain't never fucked.
I was just like, you fucking him?
He broke up with me. That's the thing. I wouldn't give him any ass. I mean, but I was a fucking virgin. I wasn't thinking about fucking in high school. No. He didn't break up with me because of his dad. He broke up with me because I didn't want to fucking have sex with him.
Did he ask you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of times. And I didn't want to. So he eventually just was like, all right, fuck it. But later on, I realized he just wanted to have sex with a
So
black
you talk
girl.
about it. Hey, dude.
I am so
Hey yo, you said what? You said,
Sex with a black girl.
Hey yo, I'm so done. I'm so done. Okay, last question before we go out. Do you think it's easier to just date in your race? Is it easier?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
I be having hella problems in my race dating, so shit, I'm single now. So
for life purposes of the whole YOLO thing, I would be open to dating, you know, other races because you never know, like, who you can vibe with. Like, I could be totally good with a white man. And
Totally?
Totally.
Yeah.
Or I could be good with a Spanish man. Like, I wouldn't know.
Literally?
I've only dated black guys, but I could.
Supposedly?
But I'm actually really open to it.
Hypothetically?
And you know this. I always be like, girl, I'm going to end up marrying a white man.
You always say that.
I always said that. I don't
Only
know
for
why.
him to
I can see
leave
that
you.
for you though, Lana.
I could see that for her
Only for me to
too.
leave him
Only
when he
for
start
him.
cracking.
Only for him to leave you.
When it's so aging.
Cracking, yeah, because they crack, you know.
Anybody want to drop a gym? Anybody want to drop a gym?
Yes.
Anybody want to drop a gym?
Hey yo, y'all crazy.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
date who you want to date. Don't pump up no other race to make them feel like they more superior than whatever your race is. I always live by this concept. People are people just like you. They put their pants on just like you, one leg at a time. So nobody is greater than anybody. That's it.
That's right. Okay.
That's
Anybody
it.
else got a gym?
I would say that God created us all equal. We're all His children. That's the whole thing. And we should understand that we gotta love on each other as, you know, God loves on us. Because all actuality, all this shit fake anyway. We're gonna die, and we gonna all go to the same place. Whatever that is.
On that note, I'm gonna bring some positive.
I was gonna be like,
I'm gonna bring some positivity to the
I did not know that she was going to
this
say
room.
that.
You know my saying.
What? What's your saying, wrong?
Date for yourself.
Uh-huh.
Don't
And
date
not
for the perceptions of others. You gotta say it again. Oh, yeah. No, you need to put some drums on that one, not the violin.
Oh my God. All right.
Talk them out, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
date for yourself and not for the perceptions of others.
And just like that, this episode is over. Tune in next Wednesday at 7. Every Wednesday at 7. Peace.